doing well at home? Welcome back to another episode of Kitchen Fundamentals. Like all home cooks, we started learning by recipes online, and a lot of times the recipes sort of just tell you what to do, but not really what to look out for. You end up coming out of the recipe not knowing, feeling more confused than knowledgeable to make a dish. That's what this series is about to address. It's about going back to the fundamentals on why certain things are done the way they are, and hopefully make you a more confident cook along the way. I'm not an expert on Asian cooking or Chinese cooking, but breaking down cuisine down to its essence is sort of our specialty. So today we're going to share with you a Chinese cooking starter kit, things that get started on this Chinese cooking adventure. And to end the video, we're going to make a simple steamed fish sauce to go with steamed fish using the ingredients we're going to share with you today. Alright, let's go to the kitchen. Welcome to your Chinese cooking starter kit. In front of you are the ingredients that pretty much makes up, I would say 80% of all Chinese cooking that you can do at home is here, right? We sort of split it into two sections, the umami section and the aromatic sections. Okay, let's go through them in details one by one, starting with the umami section. First up, absolutely you have to have at home, it's light soy sauce. Light soy sauce is what you use for 90% of all the umami flavor you're going to put into it. Use it as a salt replacement. Using one made in Singapore, made by a company called Nanyang Sauce. You should get something good because this is what you're going to use 90% of the time. Something that's naturally fermented and not a cheap $1-2 ones. This bottle here is this is aged for 12 months. This is 24 Sing dollars. I wouldn't recommend you going for something this expensive, but I think one tier down, I think the $12 one is not too bad. The thing about soy sauce in Singapore is they're quite sweet. I prefer something that's a bit more salty and natural and have the sweetness sort of separate and add it myself and control into it. Anyway, support local. This is the Nanyang sauce. And for your dark soy sauce, this is what you're going to use for coloring. Flavor wise, this is what you're going to use for your kong ba. This is going to use for your Teochew braised duck for color. They do come with a bit of flavor, umami, but it's not too much. But mostly use it for color. I think the most popular one in Singapore is by this company called Guan He Sing. This is made in Singapore as well. But I won't be too fancy about the quality of this one compared to the quality of the light soy sauce. Another one is oyster sauce. This thing, you'd be surprised, goes in so many things. And they come in different prices actually. It comes from like cheap one, $2-3 to this one by Lee Kum Kee premium oyster sauce that goes for $7. But I think there's some artisanal one that goes up even higher. But this, you gotta use 50% of the time for umami. It goes very well in vegetables, in char siu, in so many things. Oyster sauce. Okay, for the aromatic section. First up, Hua Diao Jiu or Shaoxing wine or Liao Jiu. I have no idea how to make this actually, but this thing, I use it like 80% of the time in all the dishes. This thing is, when you first start out, there is a section in the supermarket that costs like $1 or $2, but then there's a corner of it you can find a good one. This thing costs $18. That's like the price of a white wine. And I think this matters a lot because you use very little of it each time, but it's so important to get the fragrance out of the dish. So I recommend you to invest in this one. Get a good one. This is, I think, from Sheng Siong, going for Singapore $18 or $17. Good stuff. Where do you use this? This is used for aroma and also to sort of remove any meat or porky flavors from dishes or seafood or fishy flavors that you get. This thing is what it's used for. Next up, my personal favorite, sesame oil. Sesame oil is like, use it like truffle oil really. It's for finishing, it's for aroma. It's used in chicken rice, it's used in soy sauce chicken, it's used in pretty much as well. I think 80% of all the dishes has a little bit of this inside as well. but I think within the price range, this is quite decent quality still. Yeah, I just use a generic one here from Lee Kum Kee again. Oh, Lee Kum Kee is sponsor me, man. Lee Kum Kee. Next, Chinese five spice. Like in all cuisines, there is a spice blend that sort of defines the cuisine, and for Chinese cooking, is Chinese five spice. There's fennel, there's coriander seeds, cumin seeds, star anise, and cinnamon. Yeah, pretty much your komba, a lot of stuff that you need your spice flavor profile for Chinese cooking. Chinese five spice is your go-to. And in terms of the fresh vegetables that you should always have in the pantry, garlic. Garlic, what's there to say about it? Spring onions, this is amazing. Use it in garnish, you fry it, you pick it in oil. This is such an important flavor profile for Chinese cooking. Always have it in your pantry. And lastly, ginger. Ginger, it is so pronounced in Asian cooking. I always have a big piece of ginger at home. It's always in the fridge and lasts a long time. There's a difference between young ginger and old ginger. I just typically always get an old ginger because I think it's a bit more pungent and it lasts a bit longer anyway. I think there's a subtle difference between the young ginger and old ginger flavor profile, but I just always keep a old ginger around instead of keeping a young ginger. Ginger! And that's it! Your starter kit is complete. So for Charlie, here is what you need for 80% of all the Chinese cooking. Of course, I expect that you have sugar and you have salt at home as a basic pantry. But for Chinese cooking, yeah, this is what you need for 80%. And for example, if I want to make braised pork belly, I use this. If I want to do a stir-fried vegetable, I will use this. And a basic pork chop marinade. Here you go. So it really doesn't really matter what it is. It's about the permutation of the ingredients that makes up the dish. And for today's tin fish, I'm gonna use this. So you can see that it is just a permutation of all these ingredients that make up the dish. The flavor profile is quite similar, but the proportion of each ingredient used sort of determines the flavor profile of each dish. So now you know the basics, let's get on to the steamed fish. Okay, we're gonna check again. See how the fish pop nicely now. It's soft. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments what else you want to see from my channel as well. And yeah, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. You can click here to subscribe, or you can click here to watch more stuff from my channel. Bye! Happy cooking!